You used to have fire in you. You know what I'm talking about. The drive to do things, to build things, to want things. That ambition that got you to where you are. And at some point, maybe gradually, maybe all at once, that fire went out. And here's the part that's messing with your head. You don't know if it's ever coming back. You're not the problem. And at the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly why. Let me describe your day and tell me if this is close. Your alarm goes off and you lay there for maybe a minute, maybe 2 minutes. Not because you're lazy, but because you cannot find the gear. You used to jump out of bed, but now you're calculating whether you can hit snooze one more time without being late. You get through the day on coffee and ambition. I mean, you're functional, you're showing up, you're putting in the work, but you're running on about 60% of what you used to. And other people can't see this, but you can feel it. And then there's the gym, or lack of. Because when you do go, the drive that used to push you through, it isn't there anymore. I bet you used to actually train hard, right? But now these sessions are just going through the motion and leaving you wondering why you even showed up in the first place. And then there's the bedroom. And listen, I'm going to be straight with you because this channel is built on honesty. The drive isn't there anymore, is it? The want is gone. It's been weeks, maybe even longer. And this just doesn't affect you physically. It messes with your head. It makes you feel less of the man you're meant to be. And I would bet good money that you have never said this out loud to anyone. And on top of all of that, there's the fog. You're in a business meeting, you're sat around the dinner table with the kids, and you're just not there. I mean, you're physically present, but mentally, you're 1,000 miles away. You've probably told yourself it's just stress. It's just part of age, just part of being 40. Maybe you got some blood tests run by the doctor and they've come back and told you that everything looks fine. And that's the most frustrating part, right? Because you know something's wrong. You can feel it. Yet the world is telling you just to get on with it. Here's the truth no one is telling you. What you're experiencing isn't a character flaw. It's not weakness. It's not some middle-aged burnout thing because you've been working too hard either. It's a biological system that is failing to support the life you want to live. And this is where most men get it completely wrong. They go to the doctors, they get told their testosterone is within normal range, and they feel gaslit. And because the numbers look fine, they accept the verdict and they think, well, I mean, right, I'm getting older. I'm 40. It's just part of the aging process. And they start to push harder. Listen, normal on a blood panel is not the same as optimal. There is a massive difference. The standard lab reference range for testosterone was built on a broad population from sick, sedentary, and overweight men. And being inside that range, it doesn't mean you're thriving. It means you're average. And you're not here to be average. So get this clearly. You are not the problem. You never were the problem. It's just your body is being failed by a system that was designed not to optimize you. So what's actually going on? Well, let me break this down simply. Think of hormones like the electrical system in your house. Testosterone, cortisol, insulin, thyroid. They all have to work in balance. And when they are, everything works fine. The power's on, the lights are on, there's heating in every room, and everything's good. After 40, your testosterone naturally starts to decline. And whilst that's true, here's the thing that most people miss. It's not because of your age necessarily, it's your environment. Chronic stress keeps cortisol elevated, and with elevated cortisol, your body shuts down production of testosterone. It's a survival mechanism. We don't have a choice. Your body is choosing fight or flight over everything else, including the hormones that govern your energy, drive, and ambition. And look, the elevated cortisol isn't just happening once, it's constant. The commute, the finances, the pressure at work and home, the phone in your hand every waking hour, it's just relentless, and you're paying for that every single day. Here's what makes it worse though. High cortisol disturbs your sleep, and sleep, especially deep sleep, is where most of the testosterone production happens. So less deep sleep means less testosterone, and less testosterone means worse sleep. It is just a vicious loop. And most men are stuck on this hamster wheel without even knowing what's actually going on. And that's why you feel the way you feel. Not because you've given up, not because you're weak, but because the most important biological system in your body is running on empty and nobody's told you about it. Hey, just a quick favor, if this video is making sense, please hit subscribe. I make videos like this every single week. Now let's get back to the video. All right, so what do you actually do? Well, there's 4 steps, and listen to them in order because each one builds on the last. All right, step 1 is get the right blood work, not the standard panel. Most doctors will only test your total testosterone, which is only one number, and it tells you nothing on its own. It's kind of pointless, actually. So what you actually need is total testosterone, free testosterone, SHBG, cortisol, and a full thyroid panel, so free T3 and free T4. So write that down. Walk into that appointment armed with a list and ask for them by name, because most doctors will not test a third of those panels unless you otherwise request them. And if they do push back, then your options are to go to a private men's health clinic or use online services, especially if you're based in the US, and you can go through LabCorp or Quest Diagnostics, because your hormones, they are really, really important to you. And I put together a free guide with the exact markers, what to ask for, what's low, what's in the right reference ranges, what's too high, how you should feel, etc. You can get that by clicking the link in the description box below, enter your email address, and I'll send it straight to your inbox. All right, step 2 is you got to fix your sleep before anything else. I know it sounds basic, but you can't out-train, you can't out-supplement, and you can't out-eat bad sleep. Your testosterone is built while you sleep. Your cortisol resets while you sleep, and your brain heals and recovers while you sleep. If you're averaging less than 6 or 7 hours a night and you're waking up at 2 or 3 in the morning, just find yourself staring at the ceiling, then that could account for 30 to 40% of why you feel the way you do. My advice is prioritize your sleep like a business meeting you cannot cancel. And I know everybody talks about this, but people talk about it for a reason, because it's important. And it's true. Step 3 is you've got to train smarter, not harder. And this is where most men over 40 get it wrong. They feel that more is more cardio, more training, more punishment. Excessive cardio spikes cortisol, and excessive training spikes cortisol too. And if you're already depleted and you are just punishing yourself in the gym, then that's like driving a car with an engine warning light on and you're flooring it down the highway. Eventually, something's going to give. If what I'm describing is sounding like you in a nutshell, then I recommend you train 3 sessions a week, especially if you're not on testosterone replacement therapy. And anywhere from 30 to 60 minutes is ample. And just stick to compound exercises, squats, flat bench, incline bench, barbell rows, deadlifts, shoulder presses of any type. Get in and out in 30 minutes to 60 minutes. Aim for progressive overload. Try and add a little bit of weight every few weeks to the bar. If not, try and add a rep or 2 every week or every 2 to 3 weeks. Then you want to get out, you want to go home, you want to eat, and you want to let the recovery process start. And this is the exact protocol I use. I train between 3 to 4 days a week, and I'm nearly 43, and I can assure you it works. And step 4 is you've got to have the hormonal conversation seriously. If your blood work comes back saying your testosterone is low, specifically your free testosterone, then you might want to have the conversation about starting TRT, and please just ignore all the stigma, the misinformation and bullshit that's associated with TRT, because I can tell you now from experience, your quality of life should outweigh what anyone else thinks. And anybody who is misinformed and talking bullshit, they are really suppressing their quality of life based on some false belief that they have. TRT is a medical tool. That's all it is. You produce testosterone naturally. That's all it is. It's no different to someone taking a thyroid medication if they have an overactive or underactive thyroid. If your body is not producing what you need it to produce for quality of life and well-being, then you address it, don't you? That's what you do. And it's certainly not a weakness. It is taking ownership of what needs to change. Look, I'm on TRT. I'm nearly 43 years old. I've been on it close to 3 years now. My sleep has improved by about 60%. I'm much more present with my wife and daughter. I genuinely love their company. My focus is better. My drive is better. My desire is just unbelievable. My career's going well, and I look and feel better than I did at 35. And look, if you're watching this channel, I don't think you're here to try and get huge and to be a bodybuilder. Maybe you are, but that's not what this channel is about. This is about becoming the best version of yourself over 40 and to just be present with your wife, with your children and your business, and to be the best version you can be. And I'm not telling you what to do. I'm telling you what's possible. Here's what I want you to leave here knowing. The version of you that did have drive, did have passion, did have desire, did have focus, did have a high libido, he hasn't gone anywhere. He's not left you. He's just been failed by a biological system that's not supporting you right now. Good thing is systems can be fixed. You're not lazy, you're not weak, you're not broken. You've just been misinformed by getting the wrong information and again, working with a system that's broken. But now, you have got better information. You were never the problem. So if this video made sense, don't forget to hit subscribe. Don't forget to like the video and share it to somebody else you think it would benefit. And apart from that, I will see you on the next one.